In a classroom that smelled faintly of chalk dust and polished wood, the lesson began not with a bell but with a shared settling of memories, as elderly students took their seats at narrow desks designed for children long grown, their backs curved with years, hands spotted like autumn leaves, yet their eyes carried a quiet brightness as notebooks opened and pens hovered, ready to catch something still worth learning. On the wall hung a faded map, continents bleeding into one another with age, as if time itself had softened their borders, and beside it stood two cheerful mascots with oversized smiles, absurd and comforting at once, guardians of a place where seriousness had learned to laugh. The teacher's voice, gentle and unhurried, moved through the room like a familiar song, inviting them not just to remember facts but to remember themselves, who they had been when learning first felt, like a promise instead of a requirement. Some wrote slowly, shaping each letter with care, while others paused often, staring into the middle distance where past classrooms flickered. Wartime schools, village lessons, strict teachers, first failures, first pride. Here, no one hurried them. Time had finally loosened its grip. A woman in the front row adjusted her glasses and smiled at a sentence she had finished, surprised that she still could. A man near the window tapped his pen, counting silently before writing, as if numbers were old friends who had wandered back into his life. Outside, the world rushed on, obsessed with speed and novelty, but inside this room, learning had reclaimed its original meaning. Not preparation for life, but participation in it. The mascots nodded in eternal encouragement, ridiculous witnesses to courage of a different kind. The courage to begin again when nothing forces you to. As the lesson ended, no one rushed to leave. Chairs scraped softly. Conversation sparked, laughter rose, and for a moment the classroom felt suspended between eras, a place where age was not an ending but a footnote. These students would step back into their quieter days carrying more than notes in their bags. They carried proof that curiosity survives loss, that growth does not retire, and that even late in the story, a new chapter can still be written, one careful word at a time.